Yo, welcome back to another episode of Sleepers and Supercars. It's your boy Big Rich. Sorry, it's been a few weeks. I've been mad busy trying to save up money for this build we've got going on. I've had the launch of my clothing brand, so thank you to everybody that's bought items and supported me. But today we are talking about the Audi S3 8P, what we've got intended for it, what we've got lined up for it. I'm going to go out today and do a bit of a review on the car as it is, so it's stock at the minute. It's going to tell you my likes, my dislikes, and then we're going to go into what I'm going to be doing in terms of this build. Here she is, my Audi S3 8P. So if you follow the channel, you would have seen this camo wrap being done down in Bournemouth a few weeks ago. Aesthetically, all we have left to do is either powder coat these wheels or get new rims, black. I've got carbon front splitter, carbon rear diffuser, carbon side skirts and carbon wing mirrors to go on. But this car is going down to Retro Resus. So if you watched my last vlog a few weeks ago, I had Dave Thomas on the channel with his 8V, 500 brake horsepower. Tom from Retro actually did the complete build on that car. And I loved it so much that I've done a limited edition t-shirt on shop.sas.co.uk. So you can go cop that. It's not very expensive. You know, all the money helps go to the channel and support what I'm trying to do. In terms of what we've got planned, we are doing a complete engine rebuild, which Tom is doing down at Retro. We have a custom manifold to go on. We are going to be using a big Garrett turbo. We're going to get a decatted downpipe, custom exhaust system, probably a Wagner intercooler from Ignite Performance in Bristol. So with that being said, let's just get out and let's get this documented. Right, let's jump straight into it. 0 to 60, 5.1 seconds. Definitely feels that quick. Secondly, you will definitely need an intake system in this car. I've gone for the big ram air system. It just makes it so much more responsive. This car, 100% you need a stage 1. I haven't done that, obviously, because I've got builds to happen and I'm just saving money for that. I would describe this car as a mini go-kart. It's so fun to drive, it's ridiculous. In comparison to all the other cars I've had this year, I've probably had about 15 cars. This one is the most fun to drive, even though it hasn't actually got the brake horse. So even the Jaguar I had last, it's not as fun as this. This is so nimble, it's so agile. It goes round corners, it sticks. You know, every single question I've asked of it so far in stock form, it's hit every single one. So yes, it's a fun car to drive. Is it worth the money? Now, if I had the extra money, I would have gone for the 8V. You know, that's a proven car anyway. It does have its issues, like this one has its issues, but it's a newer shape, newer model, better equipment. So yeah, in hindsight, I probably should have gone for that. In terms of the build on this car, the plan we have is we are going to be using, I think we've gone for a G30 770 Garrett turbo. So that's going to need a custom manifold, custom downpipe, custom exhaust system, a big intercooler, probably a Wagner, maybe. I'll see what Tom says. I'm not sure if we're going to have to change the ram air intake system, probably strengthening the DSG. Then it's an engine remap, DSG remap. So we're not talking small money here. You know, you can go and get bolt-on parts and you know what you're going to get. I know in a lot of the comments on my last video, people said, wow, maximum's 500 brake. What you have to take into account with this actual build, it's not bolt-on parts. It's not just bolt-on parts on stock internals. This is a full engine build, and we're doing it to support up to maybe 700 brake horsepower. I don't want to run the car at that because I want it to be usable power that you can put down on the road. But in terms of this car, I think this is going to be an absolute animal. So let's just talk about handling. The way this car handles is like a mini go-kart. I'm so happy. Every time I get into this car, I'm smiling. Just show you an example. Got to be careful because it's wet. How it just comes out of the corners, innit? It handles so well. You can just push it and push it and push it. As a driver's car, this car just answers every single question, every single time. You hit the corners, you have faith that the car is just going to go round. It's not going to understeer, it's not going to oversteer. As long as you're pushing it right and you're holding, it just answers every single question. It's like a mini go-kart. You know, it feels like it needs more power. Like I've said, you need at least a stage 1 on this car, at least. Just slow down, and as you come out the corners, just power on, and it just oozes performance. It's just, I know I said it before, I love this car. I love it. Now just imagine tripling the performance. So 265 brake standard. Imagine having 3 times the power, 3 times the handling, 3 times the capability. That's the level I'm looking to go to. So, like I said, this video is going to be a short one. In terms of the things I'm happy about. Alright, it handles well. It could do with, you know, a better springs. It could do with better performance. It could do with better cooling. But these are all things we're going to add. As a stock car 265, it definitely will not disappoint you. Do not sniff at the number, because it's like I've said, it's a mini go-kart. It's like nothing I've ever driven before. And I know a lot of people may say that. This is like nothing I've ever driven before. I've had faster cars. I've not had this type of enjoyment. And we're stock. So just be warned, if you're going to buy this car, you need a stage 1 minimum. 265 is just not enough. You need an intake system. I would probably recommend getting an intercooler and exhaust system. Probably keep it at stage 2. If you're happy with stage 2, you know, 385 brake, 390 brake, that's a quick car. There's nothing to be sniffed at. What I'm intending to do is to fully build this engine. So that's the first step. Stage 1, next week. The car's going into Retro Resus down in Bridgwater. The full engine is going to be rebuilt. We're going to then put all of the existing things back on. So the manifold, everything staying stock. I'll then spend the next few weeks buying all the parts. So all the things that we are required, that Tom will let us know next week. I'll write a list, I'll buy everything. So we're going to use Ignite Performance for that. Once that's done, the turbo and the manifold. So the manifold's going to have to be custom. We are planning to use a G30 770. We're not going to run it at the 770 brake. We're going to tail it back a bit, just to keep it safe. Depending on if I want to push it further in the future, I know I can buy another manifold and another turbo, and the engine should be able to handle it. May have to upgrade other bits, but at the minute I have the figure in my head, which I'll reveal next week, and this is going to be another level of car. So please stay tuned. We've got a lot of features coming. I should have an Audi TT RS coming soon. We've got a mini Cooper build as well coming out in a few weeks. I want to link up with another brother from Bristol, Jamie, with 24/7 Boost, his YouTube channel. I support anybody doing their own thing. So yeah, smash that subscribe button. Stay tuned. We've got a lot of content coming and you will not be disappointed. Thank you for watching.